This is Maria D with the Wreath Meshine, coming to you live from Texas. Excuse me while I adjust my stuff. This is my first test run, y'all, so please bear with me. I'm trying to figure out how to do all this. Please come in and say hello, etc., etc. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Have a seat. Let me check my phone. I hope I get some people coming on. How y'all doing tonight? I'm doing my setup. This is my first live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see. Hello, hello. I got someone online. Hello. How y'all doing? This is Maria D with the Wreath Meshine. Come on in. Have a seat. If you could do me a favor, if you don't mind, in the chat, if you could say, if you can hear me, just say yes or no. If you can say hi, where are you joining from? This is my first official live. So, excuse me, because I'm going to be going behind the camera and making sure everything's working. Trying to actually get it connected to my tablet. But of course, things can't work right? So I'm going to be talking about the Wreath Lock. I don't know if you're a wreath maker in particular, but I'm going to be talking about it, what it is, what it does, how it works, and how it benefits you, why you need one. So if you could stand by for just a moment. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my tablet. Thank you for joining, everybody. If I could get y'all to say if you can hear me okay in the chat, and you could say hi, where you're joining me from. So I am going to be talking about the Wreath Lock, which is actually my product that's here on the table. I'm going to be discussing it and explaining what it is, how it works, and how it benefits you again. So if y'all just give me just a minute, I'm just trying to, oh, hello everybody. Oh, that's cool. You did that, huh? Thank you, Ray. All right. I'm on the screen now. Hallelujah. All right, y'all. Y'all can hear me? Cool. Thank you. So, thank you. Oh, so y'all longtime subscribers? I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. The stuff in the back is stuff I've been working on. Thank you. I've been going, y'all making me laugh. Let me just introduce myself first, because I have quite a few people on. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate it. I know some of y'all may have watched my recordings, my uploads in the past. I know I haven't come on live before. I've actually been testing it on another platform. Starts with a TT. Yeah, it's actually a Harlequin swag with the little clock and all that. I'm stuck on Harlequin, y'all. I don't know what my deal is. Thank you. Young Dancer, ZZ the Young Dancer. Thank you so much. Let me introduce myself first. I am an Air Force vet. I was active duty, left the federal government last year, essentially retired, I guess. I'm a Marine Corps mom of a veteran, and I have this product on the table called the Wreath Lock. So this product here, thank you, is what I'm going to actually be. Thank you, Ray. I'm actually going to be talking about the product, what it is, and if you've been on my channel and you're subscribed, you probably know about it, but I'd like to actually show y'all in person how it works, because I feel like you need to know what it does, how it works, especially before you actually get one. So the site is wreathlock.com. Thank you. If you go on Etsy also, I don't know if does YouTube Live restrict people, because honestly, I don't know. I just know TikTok restricts the holy Moses out of people, and I'm not. You're new too? Well, we can grow together. How about that? So maybe if I get enough people, I can do every week at a certain time, and we can do some tutorials, because I can show you how to make bows and wreaths and swags and everything else, and a little bit of the wreath lock in between. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. First, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the product, because we are heading into spring, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell me where y'all are watching from, and y'all can give me like an idea of how windy it is where you're from, because I'm in Texas, okay, and it is getting very windy where I'm at. Horribly windy. Like, we have the rodeo going on and stuff, but the main thing I wanted to say was, if you hang wreaths on your door, because this is a wreath related product, like wreath, if you hang them on your door, if you've ever had one that flew off, accidentally fell off, ended up in someone's yard down the street and you never got it back, or someone came up to your porch and took one from you, and yes, it does happen, and no, the cameras on your porch are not going to do anything. So essentially, I want to show you what the product is. So if you feel like you need to get one, and I highly advise it, obviously, not just as the inventor, but as a wreath owner. So petty theft is going up. Police are undermanned. If you go to, yeah, please be nice on here. If not, I'm gonna have to do something about it, because I'm not about that. So please, I'm not on here to play around and be harassed and stuff. So anyways, give me 1 second. Let me take care of this person here. From Georgia, yeah, it is pretty bad. Let me go ahead and block this person. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to have to block people, y'all, but I will, because this is nonsense with people coming up on here acting a fool, but I'm not going to deal with it. So anyways, y'all, let me turn my camera a little bit, get back in the scene here. So yeah, the main thing I want to talk to you about today for sure is the product, so that if you have wreaths, and I have a little lag here. Can y'all still hear me okay? Ray and y'all? I'm gonna let the live catch up for a second. My apologies. Thank you. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you. I appreciate it. Love you. Let me get my bearings, y'all. I'm sorry. See, this is one of the reasons why I didn't do lives before, but I'm just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it. I can handle it, right? I'm a big girl. I got it. So here we go. So Ray, do you hang wreaths on your door? Are you a wreath buyer, lover? Do you get them as gifts? Do you give them as gifts? Actually, anyone that's online, do y'all have wreaths hanging on your door? And I know this is a little kind of boring, but to address the product, I kind of have to ask the question, and I'm going to show you a demonstration on how it's used. So let me go ahead and get a wreath real quick and show you how to use it. Hello, everybody that's joining. If y'all would say hello. I make mesh ones mostly to give. Okay. Yeah. So trust me, if you got the Wreath Lock for your family members or your friends or whoever you make the wreaths for, they're going to love it. Because A, you're not going to find it anywhere else besides my site. Because obviously it's patent pending, I'm the inventor. So the other thing is, you're helping them protect what they own and what they paid for and what you gave them as a gift, even more important. So that's the other thing. So what I'm going to do is, on a regular wire framed wreath like this one. I'm actually going to move back a little bit this way so I can totally show you what's going on here. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a wire framed wreath like this, and this is what the basic Wreath Lock, as you can see, it's a hook. This is what the basic Wreath Lock covers, and it works with any wreath on the market, but I will show you that after this part. So the first thing you do, and it comes in plain, it comes in painted, and it comes in different engraved designs, which is on wreathlock.com, or if you search Wreath Lock on Etsy. They're all on both sites. Okay, so what you do is you're going to go ahead and flip. First, you're going to flip the Wreath Lock over facing the back of the wreath you want to secure. Okay, then you're going to find a crossbar on your wreath as centered as possible, and I know not everyone is centered, and there's another way to handle that also, but I will show you that. So what you do is you flip it over, and you're going to take one of the crossbars, like this metal one here, and hopefully you can see it okay. Flip it, and we're going to pass it through on either side of the crossbar. So as you can see, we're just passing it through. And once you get it through, there's no exit. This is what makes the Wreath Lock different than traditional hooks that we use to secure our wreaths on the door. So once you do that, you're going to take your Wreath Lock, just like you would any other hook, thank you, over to the door. You're going to hang it up, and just make sure your door is under 2 inches thick, because if it's over, it's not going to fit properly. You can still get one, but you may have to take it to like a metal shop and get it bent out. But I made it to where there should be an excess amount of space, and it will work on standard doors. So once you hang it, you close the door, you lock the door, it's secure. Your wreath will not be able to be easily removed. So that's what makes the Wreath Lock different. It's a new innovation. It's a new product. We've never had anything like this before. I mean, wreaths have been around like 2,000 years, and until now, there has never been a product to help secure wreaths. So it keeps them from blowing off, falling off, and walking off the doors. So I know people say I got a doorbell camera, but that does not physically keep anyone from taking what you own off your door. And petty theft is going up. You can look at it online. You can search for wreath taken from door online, and it'll have all these videos coming up of people just walking up and taking a wreath. And they don't care about a camera. They do not care. I swear they do not care. On my Bible, they don't care. So I get that a lot from people, and they think this is like a regular hook, like the regular J hooks, but I'm like, it's not. It's totally different. So to take it off, all you're just going to do is slide it off like this. Okay. So that's for regular wire frame. Do y'all want to see how it works on a grapevine wreath? I can show y'all that also. Let me tell you, y'all still with me? Yeah, it's good to make wreaths for people and make them smile. I don't know how many people in my family I've made wreaths for. And let me check my phone, y'all, to make sure everything's still going. La, 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 la. Thank y'all for watching. I don't know why my current comments are not showing on my screen in front of me. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how it works with a grapevine wreath, because that's the question that I get from people all the time, is like, I don't really use wireframe wreaths anymore. I don't do mesh and blah, blah, blah. I like using grapevine. So we got a grapevine. And you know, I got a funny sense of humor. So sometimes I'll go off and start acting crazy. Like button, sorry. Oh, thank you. I didn't know you could do that on here. Yeah, if y'all could hit the like or subscribe and all that stuff, I'd appreciate it. Especially because this is my first live. So whatever y'all can do, if y'all could subscribe and all that also. So when I do come on live again in the future, it will notify you. So like it did tonight, right? Ray. Here we go with the grapevine. So this is just as easy as the wireframe. So let me tell y'all first, when you purchase a wreath lock, whether it's a standard size or the longer 2.5 or 24-inch size, they all come with this little adapter. So this little adapter allows you to use the wreath lock with different kinds of wreath. It's just and everything's steel. Everything is made of steel. Stainless steel. 304 stainless steel. So this is a little hook that allows you to use the wreath lock with other wreaths that are not wireframe. Or if you have a wireframe wreath and the mesh is too thick and you cannot pass the wreath lock through for some reason, which it happens because we make our wreaths too thick, then we use this adapter. So what you're going to do is, and these videos that show you how to use the product are at wreathlock.com on the home page or here on YouTube, whichever one you prefer. So what you do is you either grab a thicker vine or you can grab a bunch of smaller ones. So for this, I'm just going to grab and pass through the adapter like this. So once you do, and hopefully can y'all see it okay? You're going to have the adapter, 2 little legs sticking out, okay? So like I said, with either the long or the short hook, you're going to pass the wreath lock through either side of the adapter, just like this. If y'all could let me know if y'all could see everything okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull it up. So again, no exit. And once you do that, you're going to take your grapevine wreath to the door and you're going to hang it up again like you did the last wreath, the wireframe. And once you do, you cannot remove the wreath from your door. It's secure. You're not going to be able to easily remove it. So that's the whole point. Thank you. That's the whole point of this. So all hooks you buy, they all come with a complimentary adapter. So you can use your wreath lock with grapevines and wireframe wreaths. So do y'all have any questions at this point? So let me tell you, for the standard door, which is like 80 inches or below, I recommend the 12-inch wreath lock. And in the postings online, it does give all the specs on how tall your door should be for this length. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. So this is 12-inch total length. Your wreath will sit at the 11-inch mark, okay? So that's for 80 inches or under on the door. If your door is taller than 80 inches, I have a 25.5-inch long wreath lock. Same design, just longer. So it's 25.5 inches long. Your wreath will sit at the 24-inch mark. So what I suggest to people is to measure your door. So if it's above 80 inches, you go with this one. If it's under 80 inches or under a standard door, you go with this one. I highly suggest measuring, y'all, because they are putting 10-foot doors, 9-foot doors with regular standard houses now. I don't understand why. Thank you. I just get nervous, y'all. I'm a veteran. I have some anxiety. That's just what happens. But I'm also on a new platform, and there's always people popping up acting funny, but this just stuff you gotta adapt and overcome, right? So do y'all have any questions so far, or is there anyone that missed the demonstration on the wireframe wreath? I can do it over again because I am going to move on to the third part of the product line. So the wreath lock line does consist of, sorry, I'm looking for my adapter. The wreath lock line consists of 3 items. So the first is the hook, the wreath hook. Second is the adapter. And the third is the swag stick. So if you have a swag that you have already, or you'd like to buy a swag, but you just don't feel comfortable hanging them outside because they are huge and they do attract attention, I have a product to help solve that issue. So let me tell you that the Wreath Lock line is new. The product, the Wreath Lock itself, came out in April of last year. The adapter was born in September of last year. And the swag stick, what I'm going to show you next, just came out this January. So there was a lot of people online making wreaths, swags out of paint sticks like this. They kind of look like this. So the thing is, this is cool if you're making them maybe for yourself or just to show people in general. But I don't suggest this as far as selling it to people because of the quality. So if we're going to charge 50, 100 cookies for something, you know, lettuce, we're going to charge that. In my opinion, we need to give people quality product. So that's why the Wreath Lock line was born, to give y'all an option to secure your wreaths with a high quality product made of steel that's not easily compromised. So as far as making a swag, like the ones that are, let me move my camera, the ones that are in the back hanging on the windowsill, like those are actually on the swag stick. I created them on the swag stick. So they are in lieu of a paint stick. So let me show you what the swag stick is and how it works. Yeah, I'm still a little nervous, y'all. So this is the swag stick. This is the swag stick by the Wreath Lock. So Wreath Lock, hook, adapter, swag stick. All three items work together. It is called a product ecosystem. Each item is made to work with each other. The only thing made to work alone on a wire-framed wreath is the Wreath Lock. And again, the Wreath Lock comes with an adapter. So that's 2 out of the 3 products. So this is a stainless steel swag stick. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. These are made to last a long time. So whether you buy one or you buy one to match every wreath you have or match your door, etc., etc., if you want to have one at work, one at home, on your business, at home, whatever, they're made to last. These are lifetime products. They're stainless steel. So if you take care of them appropriately, you wipe them down with like Dawn dish soap and water. If they're painted or plain engraved. If they're painted, I would just do soap and water. If they're engraved in stainless steel plain, you can do the stainless steel wipes. They usually have them at the stores. But in general, like some soap and water, wipe them down and dry them in between changing out your wreath. That should do it. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing it on your HOA page, because I thought about doing that, but it's kind of hard for me to reach out to every HOA in the United States. But if you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. I can also, if you want, send you some business cards if you'd like to pass them out. Since they're steel, they look nice. People can get them to match their doors so that you don't have, they're sturdy. Yeah, Ray, the thing is, like, you could probably hang 50 pounds from it, and it's not going to budge because it's wedged in between your door and the frame. Once it's closed, and then you have this hook on the back, it's probably not coming off. Like, it's a very good theft deterrent. So essentially, if it takes someone more than 2 to 3 seconds to take something off your door, they're going to move on to the next house. If they see a nice wreath on your neighbor's house and they don't have one, they're going to go for that because you're no longer going to be a weak link. They're going to be like, this is taking too long. And they're not even going to know what this is. They're going to be like, what the heck is this thing hanging on the door? So that's the benefit of a new product, is that the bad people normally don't know what it is. We know what it is. That's all that matters, right? So like I said, cameras on your porch really don't work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm a wreath maker. I started in 2018. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. But I started making wreaths in 2018 when my son, thank you, left to the military. And, everybody makes wreaths. To me, the market is saturated. Everybody makes them different, obviously. But I wanted something that was only exclusive to my business, that I could help people protect what they own. You keep your wreath on your door and keep it out of other people's hands. It also keeps it from blowing off and falling off. So I'm just happy and blessed to be able to bring this product to everyone, and I don't take it for granted. And I take it as a huge responsibility, y'all, because there's not very many products on the market, especially in the decor industry, that help protect wreaths. Especially the wreaths on Etsy that cost $200, $300, $400. I get a lot of wreath makers telling me that they get their clients and they say, I would buy it, but I don't want it to get stolen or blow off or fall off, get damaged. My dog ate it, my neighbor took it, whatever. Well, now we have a solution to the problem. You just say, hey, we have an anti-theft wreath hook now that protects your wreaths from theft, winds, and accidentally falling off. Like if you have a hook on your door and your kids are always slamming the door and your wreath falls off, or the wind blows it, those are the situations that this addresses. That this is a patent pending, first of its kind, the first hook in 2,000 years of wreaths being out in the world. This is the first one that addresses the problem. So that's why I'm on here talking about it, and I'm so passionate about it, because people don't realize it's a problem until the wreath is gone. And then your peace of mind is shot. And you're like, man, I'm not doing this again. So why should you have to compromise decorating your house because someone wants to steal your stuff? We ain't having that no more. So that's why I created this. So that's why I'm here talking to y'all about it. And I appreciate y'all watching. And if y'all could share it, subscribe, and all that stuff, I would highly appreciate it. And I am going to try and come on more often. I know it's Friday and y'all got stuff to do, so I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible. And I don't want to bore y'all to death because I know y'all can only take so much Wreath Lock. So let me show you what this swag stick does. And this is actually, believe it or not, has more than one purpose. So first it takes, if you've ever even seen this, first it takes the place of a paint stick for making a swag. And a swag is actually what's hanging on the window behind me. So these two here, I'm gonna let it catch up. Sorry, y'all. Little leg. So these two here are swags, right? Oh, so is this one. But these two are actually created on the swag stick. So if you make wreaths like Ray and you want your swag to be able to be protected, you use the swag stick. So this is 18 inches from top to bottom, has nine pairs of holes, so that all you got to do is put your pipe cleaners through the holes. And let me show you with it bare how it works so that you understand. So what you do after you make your swag is you take your adapter like this, and through the top slit, I'm going to modify this whole design so it's not going to be like this much longer. You're going to take the adapter, you're going to put it through the top slit, right? And if anybody else is online and y'all want to say hello, I'm Maria D with the Wreath Meshine and the inventor of the Wreath Lock. So I know Ray's here. She's my #1 fan today. I appreciate her being on here. So you take your adapter, you take your hook. Again, we're going to flip it. And again, just like the grapevine on the adapter, we're going to put it through all the way to the bottom. So your swag sits on here. Your adapter goes through and your Wreath Lock gets put on the door and it's secure. But let me show you how it actually looks on an actual swag. And it doesn't look all crazy, y'all, I promise. So again, you put your pipe cleaners through the holes. You put your mesh through. And I'm also going to be coming on more to do more tutorials to show you how to actually make the swag on the swag stick. But you see how everything is connected? So it's a B, and C. Product ecosystem. Everything works with each other. This is not made to work on its own. It will not work on its own. You have to have the adapter and the hook to actually be able to secure the product. So once I hang this swag on the door, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to blow off, fall off, or walk off. Now it is a theft deterrent. I cannot tell you 1,000,000% that if someone doesn't get a wild hair, that they can't try to take it. I mean, if they come up with the jaws of life, y'all, there's only so much we can do, right? But tell me this isn't better than a J-hook or a nail in the door or a piece of ribbon securing your wreath or what's the other stuff? Floral wire. People have been screwing screws on the top of their door, y'all. I'm not compromising my door like that. Doors cost too much money, y'all. So once you get this on your door, close and lock the door, it's secure, it's not going anywhere. So like for your HOA people, you could start making wreaths for other people. You can purchase the swag. I'm willing to do a wholesale price for those who have a wreath business, as long as you can confirm to me in some way, shape, or form that you have an actual business. I can do wholesale pricing on the product line. So if you want to start making swags to sell to people in your neighborhood that are secure with the hook and everything, you can start doing that, because that's actually what I'm going to be in the product to. Thank you so much. Oh, you're making my day, Ray. Ooh, honey. You're going to have to join me on TikTok, because I might be going on there in a little bit. It's the Wreath Meshine on TikTok. If you want to subscribe to that. I'm going on there a lot right now, but I don't know how much longer, because they like to restrict people. And I don't know about a platform that wants you to come on, but you talk about your business or things of it, and they block you and restrict you. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. That's not conducive to business. So I don't know if I'm going to be on there much longer, y'all. I may just be coming on here and uploading this material to TikTok, because obviously y'all are a lot cooler. I'm just kidding. No, TikTok's just like this, but you know, you can tap the screen and you do the little likes and hearts and all. It's not that different. TikTok's like it's mostly like people scrolling through and looking for something to watch. The problem is you don't really know. TikTok's the only place I've gone live on so far. I'm probably going to be going live on Facebook. The problem is my Wreath Lock profile is new, because the one I had got blocked. So if I go live, it's probably going to be under my name. Hello, Madeline. How are you? So if I go on Facebook and do a live, it's either going to be under the Wreath Meshine or my actual name. But you feel free to add me on Facebook. But again, if there's anyone on here that didn't see the Wreath Lock from the beginning and how it works, just let me know. So let me reintroduce myself. But thank you, Ray Ray. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to make you a moderator, Ray Ray. Are you on YouTube a lot? I don't know. How long ago did you actually subscribe to my channel? Is there a lot of people on YouTube that go live pretty often? I just know like the real popular people with like 1 million subscribers. Like, oh, I hope to be there one day, but I don't know too many people. Let me check my phone real quick also. Thank you, Madeline. Feel free to subscribe so that when I go live, you will know. I appreciate you joining. I'm going to actually, hopefully y'all can see me. So, wait till the camera catches up. Thank y'all for being on. I appreciate it. Please excuse my craft room also. Y'all can see I had an install done and it is not complete. The Container Store that was doing the install didn't actually complete it because some of the stuff was missing and on back order. Excuse my reach, y'all. Trying to get this camera situated. So that's why half my stuff is still missing. I'm actually supposed to have shelves and all that on the bottom under the window, but they didn't have those either. So we'll be getting that done towards the end of this month, and then I'll be going on here, and I'm also gonna have some other cameras in place so I don't have to be doing all this adjusting. So as soon as that's all done, we're gonna do hellfire, and I'm gonna come back on here, and y'all know I'm from Texas, and we're gonna be doing some heavy duty crafting and all that stuff. Let me take a drink, y'all. I'm sorry. Thank you. Actually, if y'all want to do a bow tutorial, we can do that. Madeline, do you want to see the Wreath Lock and what it does and what it is? I don't know if you're a wreath lover or a buyer of wreaths. If anyone else is on here and y'all want to see the Wreath Lock. Oh, you want me to do? Oh, I can do that. Hold on one second. What I wanted to do was this is the business name too, y'all. In case y'all, I'll do a bow tutorial. I wanted to do a patriotic military branch related bow for like when people have someone. Oh, honey, I can teach you. I mean, mine aren't like super fruit like it's gonna look something like, don't freak out, it's gonna look something like this. So I made this egg the other night on TikTok and I winged it, and I almost didn't have enough fabric, but this is a purple velvet Hobby Lobby kind of material, and then I made the Harlequin bow with some tails, and then I kind of wrapped it around the back. It's supposed to have 2 pipe cleaners coming out, so you can put this on a wreath to use it as an attachment. But I'm actually going to use this for, oh, I know that's right, purple. Barney's my buddy. Just kidding. So we can make a bow similar to this one. Let me put this over here, y'all. Also, if y'all happen to like this big old purple Harlequin Alice in Wonderland looking swag, I'm probably going to be posting that to Etsy this probably tonight. So I didn't have anyone say they want to see the Wreath Lock again. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is move this stuff out of the way. Oh, purple is my purple passion. All right, I think y'all want to see the bow instead, because y'all can just go on wreathlock.com on the home page and check out the Wreath Lock, y'all. Plus all the videos I have on YouTube, right? Thank y'all again for joining. My name is Maria D. I'm the owner of the Wreath Meshine and the inventor of the Wreath Lock. So I use this bow maker. My hands get a little crampy sometimes, y'all. So it is the Easy Bow Design Pro. And I can find a link for it for you later if you want. Unless you already have a bow maker, I'll put a link later. When this posts, I'll put the link. And let me get my ribbon. I know y'all keep going off on a tangent. So what I'm going to do is an army themed bow. I am going to throw a little yellow in it, which is going to look a little weird, but I'll explain to you the reason behind it. Let me get my camera moved down on the table. Excuse the movement, y'all. Don't get dizzy and fall out. Let me see here. I hope this is automatically recording, and thank you for the thumbs up. I hope it's recording, because that would be pretty bad. I hope it's recording, because I guess we'll find out after this one. Okay, so I have a certain technique that I use when I create the bows. If you're on my channel, there's a bow tutorial. That's pretty much what it is, okay? So if you need to see a repeat, if this does not post after we're done for some reason, there is a bow tutorial on my page. So I am using this Army ribbon. You can normally buy it on places like Craft Outlet, Deco Exchange, Wreaths of Joy, and all that stuff. Wherever you normally... Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, back the blue. I do a lot of those too. So we use the yellow. It's symbolic of those who are deployed currently. So I'm going to get started. And I'm going to do as, let me see here. I'm going to start with this khaki, brown, and moss green. If y'all have any questions, and I'm going to do some tails, y'all. So what I do is dovetail first. So you fold your ribbon in half, and then you cut diagonally towards the outside of the ribbon, okay? And I have to remember, I have to remember to tell you all these things. I'm going to do a 14-inch tail on this one. And y'all, please be careful when you're cutting your ribbon, because I snipped my finger a few weeks ago and cut it with those ribbon scissors, and I was like, man, what did I do? Took a chunk out, which is bad when you make wreaths and you don't want to bleed all over everything. What I'm going to do is put a couple tails down first. So I'm going to do 14. I can just do it like this. I'm a little off today, y'all. It was a long day. It was a long day. But thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. So yeah, we came on earlier, y'all, and we were talking about the Wreath Lock, the hook, the first anti-theft wreath hook. What it is, what it does, how it works, how it can benefit you. You can always go to wreathlock.com and check it out. So what I'm going to do is put the 2.5-inch ribbon in the back, and then I'm going to put the thinner ribbon up front, obviously, because the thicker ribbon will block, or the wider ribbon will block the skinnier, okay? Y'all, I'm tripping. Let me see. This is the easier way to do this. I want it a little bit shorter, right? So you just get it. I'm gonna bend it in half, and I'm gonna take my finger, fold it in half. Sorry, y'all, I'm still a little nervous. Cut it diagonally upwards towards the center. I get nervous still, y'all. I haven't been doing this for like the lives for a long time, so my apologies. I still get nervous. And when we get to the end, if you need to trim the tails a little bit more to make them shorter, you can do it however you want. It's not a big deal. Again, I'm putting the 2.5-inch ribbon in the back and the skinnier ribbon in the front. And that's the order I'm going to go in once I start making my bows. Oh my gosh. How did you know about that, Ray Ray? Oh. You ain't lying. Drama. Whew. Lord help us all. You have no idea. You have no idea. I'm trying to stay good and keep my halo on. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It gets hard. It gets hard to do that. All right, y'all, here we go. So I'm gonna take my ribbon, 2.5, my tricolor. Yeah, it's a lot of drama out there, y'all. I would think people are like very bored. I hear a lot of stuff going on TikTok. Let me check my phone one more time, y'all, because I'm always afraid it's going to try to time out on me. Okay, let's see. We're good so far. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. Krama? Krama. That's one way to put it. So I'm doing a 5-inch loop. So what we're going to do is... Sorry, I have to get back in my teacher mode, y'all. My apologies. I'm so used to just going and just hitting it. Hi, Barbara. How are you? Good evening. So we're going to pinch and twist every time we make a loop because the inside is different than the outside. We want the good part of the ribbon to show. So we're going to pinch and twist, as you see me do, 5-inch loops, right? I'm doing 6 5-inch loops total. We're on number 3. Again, pinch and twist. And I'm sorry because... Hello, Barbara. Thank you for watching. Where are you watching from, Miss Barbara? Appreciate everyone subscribe. Okay, look. I'm going to put it in and I'm going to pinch and twist and drop. Where are you watching from, Miss Barbara? Do you have winds where you're at? Have you ever had a wreath taken before? Or have one blow off or fall off your door? Put it in, pinch and twist, and drop. So I put my 2 on top, my 2 on bottom, and I'm going to have 2 in the center from left to right. I hope y'all are having a good evening. I hope you have a good weather where you're at, and it's not too cold and too rainy and all that stuff. Texas right now, we had a nice day. We had a cold front the other day, and it was freezing. And then it was like in the 70s today, and then we're supposed to get cold weather again next week. So this is 6 loops here. I'm going to cut off. And I leave a little bit, y'all, because when you put your zip tie or your pipe cleaner or your floral wire, I do zip ties. You want to leave a little piece so that when you're fluffing your bows and your loops, that you don't accidentally pull out the piece from your zip tie, okay? This is number 1, and I'm going in the order of the tails. So I got the tricolor, the army, the camo, and the yellow, okay? So I'm an Air Force vet. My son, who's 27 now, just got out of the Marine Corps a few years ago. He actually works at Stanford in the labs, in the PTSD and traumatic brain injury labs, helping veterans try and find a cure for those issues. They're not fun to have, obviously. I'm going to go down to the... I'm going to go down to the 4-inch. Yeah, I'm going to go down to the 4-inch. 4-inch loops. I'm going to do 4 4-inch loops. So my son and I are both veterans. My parents are also. They didn't stay in that long, and I didn't find that out till I was much older. So they were both Army. My grandpa was Army, so it's like everybody in my family. My brother was Navy. One of my brothers is in the Guard. So y'all still with me? Can y'all still hear me okay? And making wreaths. You've been making wreaths all day? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for doing that, Miss Barbara. Yay. Army brat? I guess I am too, huh? Yeah, I didn't go in the military. Let me move my camera up a little bit. I didn't go in the military. I'm going to say it was a necessity for me because I was 19. I didn't have money for school and I kept getting in trouble. I got thrown out of my house and I'm like, somebody recommended the military. Thank you, Ms. Barbara. That's awesome. Love having people like that on my channel. Oklahoma. Oh, Miss Madeline. Y'all been having all them tornadoes over there? Oh my goodness. Honey, I was watching y'all on the storm chasers on TikTok. We're in Oklahoma over, I think, the weekend or sometime last week. Y'all was tripping out. Madeline, you got to get a Wreath Lock. You got to get a Wreath Lock for your whole state. I think you need a Wreath Lock to lock down Oklahoma. Y'all's tornadoes are crazy. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I got off track. Yeah. You know, it's very interesting to me to watch those storm chasers. And then we had that kind of weather like 2 days ago when we got the cold front. It's like it goes from Texas here to y'all. But whatever happened last week with y'all missed us and went straight to y'all. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. I made 4 loops that are 4 inches each. So I went from 6 loops at 5 inches, 4 loops at 4 inches. Now I'm going to go down to this camo and then the yellow. So the yellow is for the people that are active duty, that are deployed. This is like symbolic, showing support. Normally people take these bows with the yellow to show support for the troops. So obviously I'm going to show support for the troops. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Yeah, it's really important to do things to help out community because it not only helps them, y'all, you're blessing other people. And when you bless others, you get blessed also. Yes, I'm Christian, and that's all I'm going to say about that. The Lord actually gave me the Wreath Lock product. I prayed about it, and he gave it to me. That's why I say I do not take that product for granted, y'all, because it's important. It's very important. That what that little hook does is very important. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Let me see. I'm going to do 3.5 inch. So instead of coming all the way down, thank you, Ray Ray. Yeah, I think our priorities are a little backwards right now, but hopefully we'll get that situated. It's all I can say is I don't like what I'm seeing these days. This is 3.5 inches. So all I'm doing is measuring, and I'm going straight down into the center. And I'm going to show you how to flip everything. No, Barbara, it's practice. It's really practice. I've been doing this since 2018, and I've done, I don't even know how many bows at this point. It's practice. But like I said on my channel here, there's a video that shows how to make the bows. And trust me, I wasn't very good at them till a few years ago. But it's just a lot of practice and finding the technique that works best for you. But mostly it's consistency on making sure your loops are the same size on each side. That's why I use the bow maker too. It's not just because my hands are getting like carpal tunnel. It helps with the consistency. So this is the last one. I'm going to do just a little pinch of yellow. So this one I'm going to do 3 inches, and I am looking down. And all I'm going to do is hold it, and I'm going to put it down. I'm going to zhuzh it a little bit, and see it's a little bit shorter. I'm going to do 3 inches, yeah. It's a little bit shorter than the other one, right? Oh, Miss Barbara, you got a ways to go. Oh, yeah. Look, this is good for stress, anxiety, all that stuff. This is like my go-to when I'm agitated, stressed out, and all that. You know, like you got to have a go-to. craft, reading. I mean, it's good in the long run to help bring in a little extra money. But the only thing is sometimes it costs more than what you make. You just gotta take the good and the bad, y'all. But no, it takes time. Yeah, I will put a link to this in the summary after this is posted so that y'all can get it if you want one. It's a really good bow maker, and the reason I like it is because these fingers here are actually permanently planted into the base. Like, I've used ones before and the fingers come up. And Ray, you should just start making bows and posting them on Etsy. Use all that material and just start posting them on Etsy. So what I'm doing now, y'all, is putting my zip tie, and I'm going to cut my ribbon off. And what I'm going to do is take my two fingers like this and put them on either side of the fingers here so that I can keep my bow, because it's thick, all together. Let me move this out the way. All right, so see how I'm holding? I'm going to pull my zip tie to the back, and I'm going to close it about 50% of the way. So what I'm going to do, you're going to see me just kind of, do not pull your loops too hard, y'all, because you will pull the ribbon out of the zip tie and everything will go crazy. So as I'm adjusting, oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, they buy just bows. You can make them for baby showers, for birthdays, for the holidays. I have a whole bin out there that I made because, like, I didn't want to make a wreath one weekend for a reason, or a couple weekends. See, my wrist is already kinking up. So I'm going to pull my tails down to the center, and I'm just going to zhuzh. And y'all don't have to make them like me. Y'all will figure out your own technique. And the thing is, keep your finger on the zip tie. Do not let it go. I mean, it won't be detrimental, but I know you don't want to have to do stuff over again. So if you have extra mesh that you don't use, just sell it. Because ever since COVID, it's been hard to get supplies, especially like in California and stuff. So if you have the ability to sell extra stuff that you don't use, yeah, I got told. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at here. I got a 2-story garage. I bought this house because of that. They're like the only houses I've ever seen that has a 2-story garage, right? So the top floor of the garage is like half house stuff and the rest is wreath making stuff. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, for that garage, because otherwise I'd have stuff everywhere for wreaths. I mean, I'll show you this craft room one day, y'all, when I finally get the install complete. When I get the rest of my stuff for my install. The ribbon, I believe, Craft Outlet, that's normally where I get it from. Thank you. Yeah, I want to make some more of these. And when you make bows like this, so what you're going to do is when you get to the end and your loops are where you want them, do not tighten the zip tie all the way until you have everything where you want it. Because once you tighten the zip tie, stuff is not going to move anymore, y'all. So you'd have to cut off the zip tie and mess with all that. Craft Outlet, over $69. They ship for free. They give you a discount depending on how much you usually buy. And I'm trying to get them to actually carry the Wreath Lock. So maybe you can reach out to them and email them and, hey, do y'all have the Wreath Lock? I'm looking for the Wreath Lock. Y'all maybe y'all can ask them, y'all have the Wreath Lock? I would like to get one because y'all, I don't know why these businesses are so, they give people a hard time. I'm like, thank you, Ray Ray. I'd appreciate it because I've been trying. I might be at fault too, but I'm like, it's a one of a kind product, y'all. Why would you not want to carry it? Like they have these wreath, what are they called? They're wreath frames, but they have a candle on them. And I think they're sold out, a candle holder. They're sold out right now. And my husband's like, they carry that, but they can't carry the Wreath Lock. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm doing the best I can. So maybe if y'all reach out and say, hey, do y'all have that new Wreath Lock? What is the Wreath Lock? Oh, I can show you, Miss Barbara. I got you. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. So let me know what y'all think. So this would be for someone to put like on their mailbox or hanging on their front door. Someone that has someone deployed in the military, maybe like a friend, family member, or if they have a grapevine, they could just put it on there like that. So you don't always have to have fancy or an what is it called? Yeah, these or evergreen wreath or a wreath that has a bunch of greenery. You can just tack that right on with a pipe cleaner. What y'all think? Pretty good? So all you do is cut the tail of the pipe cleaner of the, zip tie off the back. And you're good to go. So Miss Barbara, I can show you what the Wreath Lock is. No problem. And I forgot to mention something earlier. Let me get this stuff out of the way here. I got to clean my messes. Hope y'all are having a good Friday. I hope y'all had a good week. I'm so glad I came on with y'all tonight. I'm so happy. Y'all are awesome. I know we a small group, but that's okay. All right, Miss Barbara, you ready? I'm gonna do a show just for you. All right, let me get my camera back up. Make sure we're still rolling here. I'm gonna put it up here. Bear with me. You might want to close your eyes for a minute. Okay. Pretty good? All right. Yeah. Thank y'all for staying on. I appreciate it. Again, if you want a Wreath Lock, they're at wreathlock.com or Wreath Lock on Etsy. This is the product name right here. Let me go ahead and do. Really, Ray Ray? You awesome. You quick. Oh my gosh. I need you to come work for me. I need you to email everybody. Thank you. I'm just trying y'all to get it out there because it helps people. You know, like we have, I know everybody does their own thing. And if everybody and whoever chooses to continue using the other methods, that's everybody's choice, right? But I'm just trying to help people keep what they own and what they paid for on their door and keep it out of other people's hands. Oh, thank you. It takes me that long just to find the email address. All right. So Miss Barbara, you still there? Madeline, y'all ready? I'm gonna show you again from the start how to use. Thank you so much. Maybe it'll trigger them to actually reach back out and carry it because I buy from them all the time. And I know their service. I like their products. Oh, that's true. They do. I don't know. I've been doing it the hard way with the email. Well, I kind of had to do the email on my end. But I'm going to show you all. Easy peasy. Yeah. They're cool and stuff. I just need to reach back out to them and get things situated. So it's going to see if Miss Barbara's still on here. because otherwise I was going to let y'all go because I don't want to keep y'all on all night unless you want to see the demo one more time. I thought she asked what the Wreath Lock was. Well, anyway, for y'all that are still on here, let me just reintroduce myself. I'm Maria D. I'm the owner of the Wreath Meshine. It's a small wreath business. This is my product. It's called the Wreath Lock. The Wreath Lock is literally the world's first and only anti-theft wreath hook and protector that keeps your wreaths from blowing off, falling off, and walking off your door. It's stainless steel. It holds a lot. It's very sturdy. It's made to last a very long time. So essentially, once you buy one, it'll last for pretty much your lifetime. It's stainless steel. Just, yeah, walking off. Yeah, I have to be careful what I say on the other platforms because I get restricted like in the first 5 minutes, y'all. So here we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the Wreath Lock, and it has a slit in the middle. And you're going to take your wireframe wreaths. So you're going to get this crossbar that essentially is in the center of the design of your wreath. So you're going to take it, you're going to get your Wreath Lock. First, it's a flip, pass, hang. Flip it upside down, facing the back of the wreath you want to hang up, and you're going to put it through the crossbar like this. It's going to go through either side of the crossbar. Easy installation. Once you do that, there's no exit here. So this is what makes it patent pending, innovative, and different than any other thing we have on the market to hang a wreath from. None of them secure them. This is the first one. So what you do is you take this over to your door, whether it's your home, your office, your classroom, your senior apartment. My grandma has one on each of her doors at her senior apartment, her hallway door and her outside door. Yeah, she's the only one that has a wreath hanging on both of her doors at her apartment. So I'm proud to say that. So take it, place it on the door. Once you lock and close the door, you cannot get the wreath off the hook. It would take either destroying the wreath or destroying the hook, which is stainless steel, so good luck with that. But this is the first one ever created to protect your wreaths. And I created it because, y'all, you can look it up. Petty theft is going up. Theft is going up. The economy's bad. When the economy's bad, theft goes up, okay? Police are not going to investigate your wreath being stolen. So prevention is the best medicine. If you're in an HOA like Miss Ray Ray, you can get the Wreath Lock to match your doors. I do paint them myself currently. Otherwise, they're just stainless steel. It's just metal. So the HOA should not have a problem with it. So that's how it works with the wireframe wreaths. They do come in 2 sizes currently. So what I ask everyone to do to the door that they're going to hang the wreath on is measure your door. So if it's under 80 inches, this is the standard 12-inch hook. It's about the same size as a regular J hook, and you just have to measure to make sure it's long enough. So I would just measure 12 inches from the top of your door down. And that's where your wreath is pretty much going to sit. If your door is over 80 inches, taller than a standard door, you measure it. This is a 25.5-inch Wreath Lock hook. This one's painted in hammered brown. These come in brown and black hammered colors right now. If you want a special color, you can always reach out. You purchase the colored one and I'll paint it whatever color. Essentially any color on the market that's in a spray can, I can do. That's what this is. Rust-Oleum, whatever. Like if you have a door a certain color and you want to match it and you want a 25.5-inch long one, you just let me know. You would pay for the painted one and then I will paint it for you and ship it out. Okay. So this is a 25.5-inch. Your wreath would sit at the 24-inch mark. So you would just measure 24 inches down from the top of your door. Sorry, let me make a correction. This one is 12 inches long total length. Your wreath will sit at 11 inches. So measure down 11, Measure down 24 on this one, okay? Now, if you have a grapevine wreath, every Wreath Lock hook that you buy from either wreathlock.com or on Etsy, search Wreath Lock. Thank you for everyone that's joining. Please say hello where you're watching from. If you own wreaths or you gift wreaths, say whatever on the comments. Just say hello. Welcome in. I'm Maria D. I'm the inventor of the Wreath Lock, this product here, and I am also the owner of the Wreath Meshine. So what I was going to say is each hook you purchase, whether it's the long one or the shorter one, the regular size, not shorter, regular size, they all come with this little adapter here. So this little adapter helps you use your Wreath Lock on grapevine wreaths. So what you do is you take your adapter, you place it through your grapevine, probably more. You can either grab a chunk of the grapevine or you can find a really thick vine and place it through. But for the sake of time and this demonstration, I'm just going to grab a few and put it through. So as you can see, your adapter is now on the grapevine, and you would just take either your long or your regular size Wreath Lock. So you're going to flip, and then we're going to pass it through. You may have to get your fingers to hold your adapter. You're going to pass it through just like you would on the wireframe wreath, okay? And again, you're going to pass it all the way through. And once you do, once you hang this on the door, you will not be able to easily remove the wreath. So this is how it works on grapevines. So if y'all wouldn't mind sharing this with people that you know that have wreaths, whether they're wireframe, grapevine, or swags, I would appreciate it. If you could share the link on your social media, I would appreciate that also. So this is how you use it with grapevines. So anyone watching right now, if you have any questions, feel free to, and this is how you take it off, you just slide it back off. So easy installation and easy to remove, okay? So that's that. Let me check my phone real quick, make sure we're still going. I get paranoid, y'all, because TikTok likes to log you off after a certain amount of time. All right, y'all. So the only other thing is the swag stick, and thank you, Ray Ray. I appreciate you. You're my star tonight. Thank you so much. You made my day. I didn't expect to do my first live and have someone so cool like that, but anything y'all can do to help me get the product out there to your HOA, etc., that would really help me a lot. Because I'm not gonna lie, from the bottom of my heart, I have days where I'm like, should I keep doing this? I know I got this for a reason and it helps people, but you can't, how do I say? Everybody gets overwhelmed. Everybody has their moments. You know, I have a lot of faith. I pray a lot and all that. But you still, as a human being, get overwhelmed and you start to question, like, naturally, you start to question, do people really need this? Do people really want this? And you start wondering, like, is everything I'm putting into this really helping people? Well, I look on Etsy and I see the 5-star reviews and I get happy, but it's a lot of work, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. So if you ever think of inventing something, please be sure that you really, really have your heart in it, because you're gonna have days where you're gonna get overwhelmed, tired, broke, etc. You know. Thank you. I'm working on it. You know, everything I'm doing right now is bootstrap. Everything's out of pocket. Like I said, I left the federal government after 20 years last August, so I'm kind of like running on fumes. But I'm like, I keep praying, and I'm like, something's got to give eventually. So even if the sales start picking up slowly and I start seeing the light, everything will be good. But I know I didn't get this from the Lord for nothing. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I know He gave it to me. Like I said, I don't take it for granted. Thank you. So this is very important to me, and I don't take the responsibility lightly, because I know it's helping people. And there's people on Etsy that bought it. They were so grateful. And that's what keeps me going and motivated, is seeing you're helping people, even if it's just protecting their wreath. You know what I mean? To us, to some people, it might seem like a little thing, but to the people that have had their wreath stolen, it's a big thing. They want to be able to decorate their house. They want to be able to have the freedom to hang a wreath up, or make a wreath and hang it up, and not have someone walk up and take it, or it blow off and end up in the gutter, or their dog ate it. You know what I mean? So to us, to me, it's a big thing. To other people, it may not be as important, but when it's something that has affected you, you remember it, and it sometimes traumatizes you. Like, for someone to run up to your house and take your wreath that you spent $200, $300, $400 on, that is traumatizing, and it makes you not want to, oh, thank you, Ray, I appreciate it. It just makes you not want to hang up decor anymore. So if I can help at least one person on this planet with this product, then I'm like, it's worth it. I just have to keep reminding myself, you're serving a purpose, you're helping people. It might be in a niche way, but you're helping people. So again, this is a swag stick. This is the third newest part of the product line of the Wreath Lock line. This is actually for swags. This is what I highly suggest we use now. So you can either get the Wreath Lock and the adapter on its own, or you can get the essential set. So the essential set on wreathlock.com and on Etsy comes with the hook, plain hook. It's not painted or engraved. Plain hook, an adapter, and it comes with the swag stick. So if you're a maker of wreaths and you want to get this, to have it just in case you decide to make a swag one day. So wreath makers recently were making swags on these paint sticks from like the hardware store, which is cool to save money. If you're making them for yourself or a family member, that's fine. As far as quality, do not suggest selling a paint stick swag to your clients, because you want to give them quality. You don't want to give them just something that saves you money but costs them money. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to charge $100 for a swag, you want it to be quality. So I know this is lightweight, and yeah, but this can be snapped in half and it's gone, right? So we don't want to do anything that's low quality for our clients, is what I'm saying. So let me show you one more time about the swag stick, because I left something off the first time. So I did say it's multi-purpose. So first, you can make a swag on it. So let me show you how you do that. And I will be doing more tutorials on how to make a swag on the swag stick, because there is a certain technique for the bows and for the placement of your focal item in the middle. There has to be a hole in the middle to put this, because this is actually glued to the mesh. Okay, so my whole thing was, I'm going to come on and do tutorials to show you how to make the swags on the swag stick. So on this here, there's 9 sets of holes. You put the pipe cleaners through, you put your mesh on, and you make your swag. So if you're a wreath maker, you understand this, right? So what you do is, with the adapter, you're going to place it through. My hand's starting to cramp up. You're going to place your adapter through this top slot. And when you do that, you're going to place your hook through it just like you would the grapevine. Same principle. So these 3 things work together. It's called a product ecosystem. Each thing is meant to work with each other. They do not work alone. They don't work well by themselves. They have to work with each other. The only thing that works on its own is the Wreath Lock itself, because it can be used on a wireframe wreath by itself. Okay, so I showed you can make the swag on this, but I didn't show you what else you can do with it. It's actually multi-purpose. So if you have a huge swag or a swag like this one, you know, normally there's this little funkety wire loop at the top, and that's how we secure our swags, right? Yeah, so I made this gymongous swag here with Jesus on it. Thank you. Can you see it already? Because I'm waiting on my feed to catch up. So this is something I would not put on my porch without a Wreath Lock, for sure. But on top of that, this is a traditional swag. This is not made on the swag stick, but I'm going to show you what you can do with the swag stick on a traditional swag that is made on a swag base. So what you do is, to protect it, you're going to zip tie the swag stick to the back of the swag, and you're going to place as many zip ties on it as you want. There are also metal zip ties on Amazon that you can use. They're just very hard to cut, so just be prepared to use your wire cutters to death if you're going to use the wire zip ties. They will not be able to cut those, I promise. It'll be very hard. So what you do is, again, like the other swag stick, you're going to get your adapter. You're going to put it through the first slot. Excuse me, y'all, because this is like very tight. I'm going to try. Okay. You're going to put your adapter through. You're going to take your Wreath Lock, flip, pass, it's hard when you're doing it by yourself, y'all. This is heavy. Ah! It works, I promise. Give me 1 second. Trying to see it and put it through at the same time. Pass it through, and when you do that, again, it's secure. You take it over to your door, you hang it up, so then you have the whole Wreath Lock. And I will not put this on my window plastic seam up there because it will bust it. This is a probably 10-15 pound wreath, so the swag stick is dual purpose. You can either make a swag on it or you can secure a swag to it. So that's why I'm trying to get this product out to the wreath community, so that the wreath makers can make their wreaths and charge what they charge, and the wreath clients can buy them and have peace of mind and be like, hey, I ain't got to worry about this thing blowing off, falling off, or walking off. So does that make sense? Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all made my evening. I'm so happy. And I like this platform way more than I like TikTok. I ain't gonna lie. So on that note, y'all, do y'all have any questions? So again, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. Wreath Lock is the product. WreathLock.com is the site. Let me tell you, if you go to WreathLock.com, there's a little box that's going to pop up, and it's going to ask if you would like to subscribe to the emails. I can try and go live maybe early next week, either Sunday or Monday. I'll put an announcement on Facebook the next time I go on live that'll notify you that a live is going to be happening. So I will work on that and get that situated. The wreath, the bow maker, I will put it when this uploads, or I'll put a post, and I'll put the different the ribbons we used. I'll put the numbers for them so you can go to Craft Outlet and find them. The bow maker, I'll put a somewhere where you can find that. I think they're on Amazon. So it's the Easy Bow, BOWZ, Bows Design Pro. Let me just grab it, because we made this here. So this is the bow maker. I think they might even have it on Craft Outlet. You could probably get everything there, but I will look and I will put a list of the things that we use tonight on there. Like I was saying, if you go to wreathlock.com, it says, do you want to subscribe to emails? I would do that because when a sale happens, when a new design comes out, oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Surprise! This is the updated Wreath Lock hook. It is a more feminine design. It has waves on the side. They also come in painted. I forgot to tell y'all initially. I'm sorry. I get off track. So these are also, this is the wave design Wreath Lock. They're also on Etsy and on wreathlock.com. They're a little more because they're painted and they're a new design, etc. So I just wanted to thank you. I just wanted to let you know, because being the inventor, the product designer, I have the ability to modify the product to make it look a little different. So this is a new design. Obviously you can't get anything like this. You can barely find wreath hooks that are painted, y'all. They're usually in the regular colors. Like this one is good for, like, if you live on the coast, on the beach, if you have a wreath that's got beach design. Speaking of patriotic, I do dual color and tricolor wreath locks. This is exclusive to the Wreath Lock. This is like an ombre, red, white, and blue. So if you have a patriotic wreath that you like to hang and you want to match your wreath to your hook, this is it. And like I said before, if you have a certain color, like your door, if it matches a color like that's in the spray paints, I can get, thank you, I can get, see, like if you have a patriotic wreath, you can do something like that. It won't show the whole hook, but depending on how fluffy your wreath is. So, because I have a lot of patriotic wreaths I'm making lately, y'all. I'm stuck on patriotic. You want a purple way? I can do a purple way. I have a grape. It's called grape. If you want to look up grape Rust-Oleum, that's the purple that I have right now. If you want a different shade, I tried to get a lavender today, and I test sprayed it and it was super light. So I don't think that's going to show very well. But on that note, if you sign up for the emails, like I was saying, it will send you a 10% off coupon to your email. So what you do is you subscribe to the emails, you put your email in, it's going to send you the first email, and you have to confirm the email subscription. Once you do that, it sends you the code, which is welcome 10. But I would still sign up for the emails, because when something like this comes out, I send an email. So it's not that often. I'm not going to bombard y'all with emails, because I hate when people do that to me. I unsubscribe like crazy. But when stuff like this comes out, that's my only way to really announce it. So if you want to be one of the first people to know about new designs, etc., because trust me when I say I didn't know I'd have something like this coming out this past January. I didn't know I was going to do the adapter last September. And I definitely didn't think I was going to come out with something like this like last week, literally. So when this happens, I send an email saying, hey, there's a new product development, or there's a sale, or there's a clearance, or whatever. Because sometimes I do engraving on the hooks and it's like one ofs or two ofs. And I'm like, hey, I'd rather clearance them out and let people have them, and they're one of a kind or two of a kind. Ooh, excuse me. So I'm just suggesting that y'all do the emails. But Other than that, I'll probably be on Sunday or Monday. I have some new stuff to show you, some cool stuff. But y'all have a great weekend. Thank you. Shout out Ray Ray. She's the Wreath Lock life person of the night. Thank you so much. You made my day. I appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind reaching out to the HOA and all that, I have enough product. So if they actually want to purchase it, cool. And thank you again for reaching out to Craft Outlet. And I will post the list of supplies later. And for those of you who are on, if y'all wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that way when I come on live again in the future, later this weekend or on Monday or Tuesday, y'all get notification. So y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all. WreathLock.com. Y'all have a great weekend.